I just got back from 2 weeks in Hawaii. Beaches, cocktails. No HOA emails. And I'm telling you, I felt like a new man. But the second we turned the corner onto my street, that peace evaporated like it owed someone money. My driveway was packed with random cars, a rusted-out van, a beat-up pickup, and my yard looked like a daycare had exploded on it. I stared at the mess, thinking maybe the driver dropped me at the wrong house, until I saw my rose bushes now half dead, and my porch light flickering like it was giving up hope. And then I swear I'm not making this up. I saw people, through my window, moving around like they owned the place. I walked up, knocked on the door, and this woman opened it like she was expecting DoorDash. She looked me up and down and hit me with, "Can I help you?" "Yeah. This is my house," I said. "I'm Damon Richardson. I live here." She crossed her arms like I just told her the moon was made of cheese. "No, you don't. We've been living here for 3 weeks. Talk to Jeremy." Who the hell is Jeremy? Inside, I heard cartoons blasting and kids yelling. This woman, her name was Brenda, claimed her cousin's boyfriend's brother Jeremy rented them the place, said I was the scammer. That's when I knew I had to call the cops, and that's when she started screaming, "Help, he's threatening us." Next thing I know, neighbors are filming Brenda's calling 911, and I'm standing on my porch with luggage and a Hawaiian shirt, looking like the world's most harmless intruder. 2 officers show up. I hand over my ID, show them my mortgage, my utility bills. Vacation proof, all of it. Brenda's claiming tenant rights like she's been paying rent. Spoiler, she hasn't. Said the lights were already on when they moved in, so they just kept them on. The officers were decent patient even, but when they asked Brenda for any rental contract or documentation, she gave them nothing. Just some texts from Jeremy. They told her flat out, no lease, no rights. She had 15 minutes to pack up or be arrested. And man, I didn't expect the parade that followed. First came the kids dragging out a PlayStation and coloring books like they were checking out of a hotel. Then Brenda's sister strolled out of my bedroom carrying 2 suitcases like she'd just finished a spa weekend. Her husband Ron walked out with my scotch in hand and said, it was just sitting there. Yeah, buddy. That's what liquor does, sits there until I drink it. Brenda's niece Ashley came out clutching my coffee maker like it was a family heirloom. "It makes better coffee than ours," she said. Unbelievable. Then came Earl, Brenda's father, wearing my bathrobe and acting like he'd been living there since the Nixon administration. When told to take it off, he mumbled something about abandonment laws. In my closet, while I was on vacation. But Brenda wasn't done. As the cops helped escort them out, she shouted that I was discriminating against her, said I was using my position as HOA president to abuse power, claimed it was a conspiracy against white families, and sure enough, the next morning, Channel 7 was outside my house. Brenda had gone public, told them I'd evicted her family illegally. But they interviewed me too. I told them straight. I went on vacation, came home, found strangers in my house. End of story. But then came the twist. I started digging. Turns out Jeremy had a record rental. Scams, fraud, you name it. He'd pulled this exact stunt on at least 3 other homeowners. And Brenda, she wasn't innocent. She'd been filing bogus complaints for years against mailmen, store clerks, even a pizza guy once for being too ethnic. I pulled in some favors. A buddy at City Code Enforcement told me Brenda's real house had a laundry list of violations. Her HOA president sent me a file, dozens of complaints she'd filed, all ridiculous. My sister Linda, a civil rights attorney, agreed to represent me, and not just defensively. We went on offense. We filed charges: harassment, trespassing, defamation. The police reclassified the case. Jeremy was arrested. Brenda facing court. But you know what the kicker is? 3 months later, I'm sipping a glass of that same scotch on my back patio when I get a call from my HOA VP. Guess who's running for city council? She says. That's right. Brenda. Her platform. Fighting discrimination. I nearly choked. But you know what? Maybe this is what it takes. Maybe some people need to be stopped before they get a podium. So yeah, I might be stepping into politics myself. Because if there's one thing I've learned, the crazy doesn't always stop when the door slams shut. Sometimes it knocks again. Just when I thought it couldn't get weirder, Earl, still in my robe, decided to stage a protest. He sat down cross-legged on the porch and refused to move. I got rights too, he muttered. You can't just toss old folks onto the street. The officer looked at me like, is this for real? I nodded. Every minute. Brenda, meanwhile, was on the phone again, this time, with someone she claimed was a civil rights lawyer. I overheard snippets: racial targeting, unlawful displacement retaliation from the HOA president. She paced my front yard like she was organizing a press conference. At some point, she even told her son to start filming, in case we have to sue. And I'll admit there was a moment where I stood there thinking, is this really happening? Is this where we are now? Where someone can literally move into your house and make you the villain for asking them to leave. Later that evening, after they were finally gone, and I was cleaning up the disaster they left behind. Sticky floors, missing remotes, my leather couch smelling like chili cheese fries. I sat down and just breathed. The house was quiet again. But the noise Brenda left behind, the stress, the absurdity, the sheer audacity that lingered. I thought it was over until I saw the car parked across the street the next morning. Same van, same Ron, just sitting there, watching my house like he was in some low-budget stakeout movie. I took a photo, sent it to my sister. Her reply: good. Let them try something. I've got time and a court schedule. Now I want to hear from you. What would you do if someone moved into your house and turned the whole thing into a public circus? Drop a comment, share your take. Is this about race power or just plain entitlement? Let's talk about where the line really is, because this kind of thing, it's only getting messier.